let's just throw this in to the 3-minute theories series, shall we? I have a bit of a batty mind, and I also tried to guard that batty mind as much as possible, and this means there's certain routes that I don't let it travel down because I don't want to trigger myself. I don't want major depression. I don't want a psychotic episode. So, you know, I tend to hold certain things at arm's length and just sort of, I value now the boring sanity that I have, okay? But, you know, I still see things in a certain manner, and I mean, I just see, for example, when I see Access graphics, I just see that in neon light, right? Access graphics to me, okay? Just obvious. Might be bats. To me, it's obvious, okay? And I just thought I'd share with you another one, and this would just play into these big conspiracy theories that, you know, worldwide organizations, whether they're satanic, whether they are just all about money, whether they're just about sickness, power, control, harm, abuse, etc., right? You know, pineapple rings, as Stephanie Harlow might say, and these networks all being connected, all these people knowing each other, and also, you know, helping each other out in times of pickle. Okay, well, let's look at a couple of cases and see how they might be linked and what they might be throwing in your face and what might be just them laughing at the stupid little bugs that we are, while, you know, these elites just live the life that they want to live, sucking the blood and the life force out of the little human beings that they have no respect for. So let's look at the JonBenet Ramsey case. JonBenet died in Christmas 1996. Let's look at Madeleine McCann. Okay, so the little girl missing from Pradaloo in Portugal. Now, what do they have in common other than all these just superficial things to do with the parents, such as poor security where they've left their children sleeping, i.e. unlocked homes, unlocked apartment buildings, etc. TV parent appearances, you know, very verbose on the TV and not really cooperating with police and abusing and shaming police or whatever it is, you know, all the merry go round, the three-ring circus of their association with law enforcement and the media. The naming of so many suspects, I mean, yeah, isn't it? And yes, that reminds me, I'll make another 3-minute series because I've got another connection there with John Ramsey and someone else. And you know, the writing of books, bookies. So what else is there? Well, then there's these particular suspects thrown into the mix. And not just the fact that there are these suspects that they are actually disgusting people. They've harmed people. They're sick people. They do hurt children. They hurt women. You've got, in the case of Madeleine McCann, you've got Christian Bruckner. In the case of JonBenet Ramsey, you have Jean-Marc Carr. Jean-Marc Carr. Carr. K-A-R-R. Well, isn't that intriguing when you consider this similarity? Jean-Marc Carr, at the time of JonBenet's murder, was driving a Jaguar. Christian Bruckner, who was in Portugal at the time of Madeleine McCann's disappearance, actually in Pradaloo, had a van and he also owned a Jaguar. And what's interesting about Christian Bruckner's Jaguar is the model. I mean, the year was 1993, so in 2007 he's driving a shitty car. You know, people think, oh, he's driving a Jaguar, what kind of life is he living? But, you know, it's like, I mean, I've had a Mercedes huge SUV before, but, you know, if you get things at auction, you know, you're not paying 80 grand. Okay, so the model of Bruckner's Jaguar was JR 96. JR 96. Now, I see so many things like that all the time, and I just have to leave them alone because I don't want to go nuts, because, you know, it could both be true that there is a connection and these things are placed purposefully. It could be this weird coincidence that, you know, these people that have been taking the heat off, you know, the parents of these neglected children have these similarities. You know, John Mark Carr and Christian Bruckner, both similar ages, similar type of shitbags, you know, and they've both got this thing about them that they owned and drove Jaguar cars at the time. And, you know, John Mark Carr even has the surname, and I just find it interesting. But, you know, the reason why, you know, I don't get into conspiracy theories as such, etc., is because I do want to guard my mental health, because I don't want to trigger myself or push myself into psychotic episodes. It can happen, and I tend to, as I may have already said, yeah, I just like to guard my boring sanity. So that's 7 minutes of a 3-minute theory. So what do you think? Anyway, I'll speak to you later.